Hi, George here from Scott Studio. Thanks for joining me here on YouTube. Today we're talking about how to play major ninth chords so you can get this sound. Okay? I'm going to break that down for you here in just a second. Stay tuned.
Scott Studio.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. A couple of quick announcements. First of all, if you have not subscribed to this channel, do me a favor, right below your screen, hit the subscription button. Make sure you like and share in support of Scott Studio. Thank you so much for doing that. Secondly, if you're interested in virtual lessons, Scott Studio offers those. So what you see right here can come live into your living room or your church or wherever you are, and we can instruct you on your keyboard or piano. So if that interests you, hit the Acuity scheduling link below, schedule to have a free consultation with us, and we'll talk about how we can best fit your needs. Thirdly, if you are interested in music for your prayer time, meditation on the word, altar ministry at your church, daily worship music for your day, we have a channel entitled Now Worship. The link is in the description, and you can check that out and play those files for whatever you need it for. So if that interests you, check that out. And lastly, Scott Studio has merchandise. As you can see, I have on a Scott Studio shirt here. We offer merchandise below. It should be right below your screen, and it helps support us making content here on YouTube. So if that's something you want to do, if you'd like to figure out a way how you can help support us, order some Scott Studio merchandise, and those proceeds help us to continue to bring you this content here on YouTube. Thank you so much. All right, let's talk about how to make these chords, all right? As you can see, it says it's an F major 7 with a sus2. It is also what we call an F major 9 chord. All right? And so they go by both names. And I'm going to show you the simple way to play this on any key. All right? So let's say we are starting with the key of F. Okay? We know our standard F chord is an F, A, and a C. Okay? Now, what we call this is the 1, the 3, and the 5. Each scale has 7 notes. Okay? So 1, 3, and 5 is an F chord. If I want to add a 7, I'm going to go up 2 notes. If I want to add a 9th, I'm going to go up 2 more notes. 7, 8, 9. Okay? If I want to get to it quickly and I just want to play a 9th chord, all right, all I have to do is figure out my 1. My 1 is F. My 5 is C. And all I'm going to do is play a chord based on the 5th note of the scale. So I'm going to make a chord out of it. So a chord out of the 5th note of the scale is C. C, E, G. And I have my F major 7 sustained 2 or 9th. What I can do is throw in the 3rd, and now I have an F major 9th chord. So I have my 7 in and 9. The numbers only tell you or mean that it is that number of the scale based on where you started. So we started at F. I added a 7, I added a 9. And I can continue to go and add a 13. Or 11. Or a 15th or whatever. But the numbers continue. Okay? Now, let's start at a different note. Let's start at G. I know my G chord is G, B, and D. If I add a 7, D is 5, 6, 7. If I want to add a 9, 7, 8, 9. G major 9 chord. Okay? So you may hear people That's all they're doing, is they're playing those notes of the scale. If I want to get to it fast, I look at the 5th note of the chord, which is D, and I build a triad. If I want to add in the 3rd, I can always add it in for more depth. All right, let's take a more complex one. Let's start with A flat. Okay, my A flat chord is A flat, C, E flat. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this is the 5th. My 7th in this scale is G. My 9th in this scale is B flat. If I wanted to get to it fast, the 5th note of my scale is E flat. So I build a chord. All right. If I want to add in the 3rd, I can. Okay. So you may hear this sound sometimes in the neo soul type of realm. Okay. And also in the gospel realm. Now what you can do is, as long as I know the 5th note of the scale, I can go up anywhere I want. Okay? So a lot of times you hear all I'm doing is taking the 5th note of the scale and building a chord on each one. And as I go down, I'm just keeping the same chord. Okay? And that means in any key, whatever I'm starting with, if I'm starting with C, as long as I know the 5th note of the scale and I build a chord on it, I can automatically get that sound. Okay? And I can keep going as long as I want. And we just play every single key with that note. So now you can create whatever song you want based on any of these chords that you want, as long as you know the formula. Okay? So I hope that was helpful for you. Again, George here from Scott Studio. If you're interested in those virtual lessons, make sure you hit the Acuity scheduling link below. Make sure you subscribe before you leave. If you're interested in Now Worship, that link is in the description. And lastly, support us by buying merchandise. That helps us to continue to bring you this content here on YouTube. Again, George here from Scott Studio. Thanks for joining me here, and I will see you at the next tutorial.
Scott Studio.